Have you ever noticed something changing, not just in you, but in men everywhere? A quiet shift, a subtle awakening, a moment where the fog lifts and the truth is impossible to unsee. Because once you see the patterns, you can't go back to pretending you don't. Tonight, we're going deep into that awakening. The one happening inside millions of men right now, often silently, often painfully, but undeniably. Stay with me. Because once you hear this, it will change how you see everything. Men aren't waking up with anger. They're waking up with clarity. For years, they overlooked the contradictions, the double standards, the emotional inconsistencies, the invisible expectations placed on them before they even walked into a relationship. But something shifted. One day the mask slipped. Just a moment. But it was enough. Men began to notice, how is it that I'm expected to be perfect, while she doesn't even feel the need to self-reflect? It's the first spark of awakening, a spark that becomes a fire. Because the next thing men notice hits even harder. Men started seeing the standards, and then seeing the people who created them. A woman demanding a six-figure earner, while she hasn't held a job in years. A woman expecting an athlete's physique, while never stepping foot in a gym. A woman wanting emotional intelligence, while weaponizing her own emotions. It's not judgment. It's not bitterness. It's clarity. Men realized these standards weren't built for partnership. They were built for entitlement. And once a man sees entitlement masked as expectation, it becomes impossible to ignore. But the real shock comes next, when men notice what happens after chaos. Men began to recognize a pattern: chaos, then innocence, destruction, then tears, manipulation, then the infamous phrase, "I can't believe you're doing this to me." A meltdown erupts. A boundary is crossed. A betrayal happens. But somehow, the blame always lands at the feet of the man quietly absorbing it. Social media nurtures this cycle, rewarding chaos, praising self-victimization, and turning accountability into a foreign concept. Men didn't become cold. They became aware. And this awareness leads to a painful realization about attention and what really drives modern connection. Men noticed something heartbreaking. For many, attention replaced love. Validation became the new currency. Instagram likes were worth more than loyalty. Strangers in DMs mattered more than partners at home. Commitment became outdated. Drama became addictive. Men finally understood it wasn't that she couldn't love. It's that attention gave her a high that commitment never could. And that high came with a cost. Because when attention becomes the priority, someone always gets blamed next. Men began recognizing the emotional pattern. When she's anxious, he's the reason. When she's angry, he triggered it. When she's bored, he's not doing enough. When she's unhappy, he needs to try harder. It's a cycle built on one foundation. He must absorb everything. Men realized they weren't being asked to solve problems. They were being asked to carry them. And emotional labor isn't love when it becomes emotional responsibility. But it gets deeper, because the next part of the awakening feels like psychological whiplash. Men began noticing that history kept changing. Arguments she started become things he did. Choices she made become things he forced. Happy memories become manipulation. Tactics the past is rewritten to match the narrative she feels today. Men witnessed the surreal moment where facts dissolve and feelings become truth. So men started recording, writing things down, saving screenshots, not out of paranoia, but self-protection. And this clarity reveals something else: the long-term cost of short-term thrills. Men watched the aftermath of impulsive decisions. Wild nights posted online, reckless choices broadcast to the world, moments that felt harmless, becoming digital scars that never fade. Social media made temporary fun permanent, and the consequences appeared years later in careers, relationships, reputations. Men realized that accountability might be optional for some, but consequences are universal. And amidst all this chaos, men discovered something even more painful. Men woke up to a truth their fathers and grandfathers already knew. A man's pain is often invisible, dismissed, or mocked. When a man opens up, he's too emotional. When he stays quiet, he's emotionally unavailable. When he struggles, He's not man enough. So men started suffering silently, not because they wanted to, but because silence was safer than vulnerability. But every awakening leads to a decision, and this one is life-changing. Men finally understood something sacred. Peace is priceless. Chaos is expensive. And the most powerful thing a man can do is walk away from anything that threatens his inner calm, not out of weakness, not out of fear, but out of self-respect. Men stopped fighting battles that drained them, stopped fixing people who refused to heal, stopped accepting roles they never auditioned for. And in that silence, they found clarity. Because this awakening leads to one final chapter, and it changes everything. In the end, men realize the truth. They deserve reciprocity. They deserve honesty. They deserve loyalty. They deserve peace. They are no longer choosing partners who drain them, manipulate them, or rewrite reality. They are choosing women who show up emotionally, maturely, consistently. This awakening isn't a rebellion. It's not bitterness. It's rebirth. A new chapter where men choose themselves, without guilt, without apology, without hesitation. Because they finally understand, a man who protects his peace protects his future. And the question now is, are you in the middle of your own awakening? Are you seeing these patterns? Have you begun choosing peace over chaos? Because if so, you are not alone. You are part of a silent revolution happening everywhere. Right now,